Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Wait a minute. Am I here? Yes, I am. Lights are on. We're going to talk about oil hitting $80, just spiked to 80 bucks. Now earlier this summer, I said that, actually in the spring when I talked about lumber, that lumber was going to collapse because people would care more about feeding their families and putting fuel in their car. And then I later did a story about oil would be hitting $100 by the fall. And this was a prediction that Goldman Sachs had. I said usually the smartest boys in the room belong to Goldman Sachs. I've seen them be right many times before. And so I ran with that. And for months and months, it didn't happen. Well, now we just saw a pretty massive spike to 80. Regardless of the narrative, I don't care if they're saying it's because of a larger than normal draw in crude oil or Brent, it's happening, which means we're going to see a pretty good price spike nationwide in fuel, where we're already seeing high fuel prices. The reason why I bring this up is because it's one thing to be prepared, and it's not like everybody can go run out and have 55 gallons of gas sitting off in their garage. Not only is it not safe, it's just not practical. You know, when you're trying to save a couple bucks on a gallon, it's just not worth it. But where you can prepare is by having extra necessities, right? Because those are all going up. It sounds crazy, but we are literally witnessing something that is such a rare phenomenon in our country's history when we see inflation, a broad-based inflation. And yet we're seeing it now. The problem is, if you couple that with a worldwide catastrophe that was so bad, where governments forced businesses to close their doors, literally stripping their freedoms away, setting up a supply chain disaster, to say that this is gonna be okay in a few months, that we're getting out of this, I gotta be honest with you, I think that most people that think that way are quite delusional. And I don't mean that as an insult, but it's because they have no frame of reference from history to really be able to put these thoughts together and do something about it. The most recent time in history that this happened was 1918, which led to the Depression of 1920, which then led to the Roaring '20s and the Great Depression. I quite frankly think we're seeing the exact same thing over, but it's going to be compressed instead of over a 12-year period, 13-year period. I believe we're seeing it over a 3-year period. Not only is the time compressed, but the dollars spent is even more. So I want you to think, oh, then there was something else I want to talk about. If you made it this far, I'm going to put the hashtag that this thing is trending on in the comment section, because I don't remember the hashtag, but there is something trending. There's a petition right now that has garnered approximately 3 million votes on change.org, and it is requesting new stimulus checks, essentially universal basic income, and I believe it's $2,000 per adult, $1,000 per child per month. Now, where a lot of people would say that's crazy, the fact is that lawmakers are watching this build and build, and this could be a great narrative for them to spin and start to drag things out, start to bring out new legislation and dangle that carrot in front of a lot of people. And the fact is, it's got almost 3 million votes. So people are circulating this. The hashtag is not trending just yet on Twitter, but it is gaining some momentum. And the reason why I want you guys to put this in the description is because it's a very serious warning to people that think that it would be easy. Life would be so much easier with $3,000 extra dollars per month. What you don't realize is the hyperinflation that would ensue within about a year of that plan being in place. Nothing is forever. Other countries have tried universal basic income and completely fallen on their face. Now, if this happens, you know that my subscribers are going to do one thing and one thing only. They're going to buy as much silver and as much Bitcoin as they can with that, or some extra food. And that would be the smart thing to do, quite frankly, because knowing that you're going to see massive inflation because of massive money printing, you want to massively hedge that with something like gold, Bitcoin, silver, food, pay down debts. So we'll keep that story going. I'll put the hashtag in the description. Do me a favor and hashtag it too. Let's get it trending in a good way to where people that want that universal basic income maybe see a video like this and think twice about it. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for everything. The Economic Ninja is out.